Switch on the power. Connect the analyzer and computer with data cable. Press the power button on the analyzer to start up. The blue power LED lights up. The green status LED slowly blinks while self-testing. The green status LED stops blinking when self-test is done. Start the software. Click the software icon on desktop. The software application connects to the analyzer to run self-test and show the settings screen. Create new file and set properties. Click menu item File New or the toolbar icon. The Properties settings screen will be displayed first. Including instrument type, accurate 96 by default. Experiment setting. 2 types: experiment setting for choice, absolute analysis or melting analysis. If choosing melting analysis, and the chemistry will be set to SYBR green compulsorily. If choosing absolute analysis and chemistry choice are TACMAN or SYBR green labels. System setting. Tick out the box to use the lid heater. It is ticked out by default. Temperature control. Tick out the box to use the tube mode. Untick it to switch to the block mode. Adjust PMT setting to change the PMT gain from high, middle to low. The default is middle level. Instrument setting. Choose melt control between fast and standard. Fast mode only need half of the time comparing standard, as there are 2 channels for SYBR green used simultaneously. Material setting means choosing the PCR reaction tube's base on the color, white or transparent, 100 or 200 microliter low-profile tube, strip or plate is applicable. That is all for properties setting. Program setting. Click the Program Setting tab at the bottom. Set up the PCR program on this page. Click the corresponding button to add or insert segments, add, insert or delete steps in a segment. For example, for a 2-step PCR, select the unnecessary step, click the button to delete it. For a 3-step PCR, click the button to insert a step at the current position. To set the temperature, time and cycle number, click the corresponding position and input the value. Or you can double-click the blank area of the current step to show the step property dialog and enter the temperature, time and ramping rate. Tick out the gradient box to set up a temperature gradient from 60 centigrade up to 70 centigrade. Click OK. The estimate temperature of each column will be displayed on the right-hand side. Normally the fluorescent signal will be measured at the end point of the particular step, such as the elongation step. Set it to none if the measurement is not necessary. In melting analysis, set it to all point in the heating step to measure the fluorescent signal repeatedly. You can also set it on the step property dialog. Set the melt param to adjust the interval of fluorescent signal measurements. We recommend setting at 0.2. That is all for program setting. Sample setting. Click the Sample Setting tab at the bottom. Select the sample by position on the left side. Change the sample setting on the right side. Click the grid area to select a single well. Click the row or column head to select the entire row or column. Click the All button to select all the wells. Or you can click the Select All button on the right bottom to select all wells. Or click the Clear Wells to clear the settings for all wells. Select multiple wells, set the sample type to unknown specimen to be tested, standard sample, NTC, namely no template control, calibrator, negative or positive control. Then set the fluorescent channel for different dyes according to your experiment design. Choose or enter the target name. Tick out the load box to display the target name in the corresponding well position. When Channel 3 VIC by default, or Channel 4 ROX by default be chosen. Channel 5 CY3 by default cannot be selected. Otherwise error will be indicated. Channel 3 and 4 can be selected for the same sample simultaneously. Enter the sample name. Tick out the sample box in the View section to display it in the corresponding well position. Enter concentration or copy number for standard samples. Set the replicate symbol to replicate wells with the same setting. A demonstration of absolute analysis. Suppose the standard samples consist of 5 different concentration with 3 replicates for each concentration. Select 15 wells. Set them to standard sample type. Choose SYBR dye. Set the copy number to 100 for the first 3 standard samples. Tick out the load box. Set the replicate symbol. Set the copy number for other standard samples in the same way. Click the option buttons in the View section to switch the display within dye name, target name and concentration. That is all for sample setting. Load the sample. Press the Load button on the control panel of the analyzer to eject the heating block. Load the samples onto the heating block exactly as the layout designed on the software. If the tests are too few, for example only several tubes or 8 well strips, place empty strips on both short sides or empty tubes at 4 corners of the heating block to hold against the hot lid. Or simply put the PCR-96 well plate onto the heating block. Press the load button again to enter the block and samples. Run the program. Click the Run button. Choose the file path for the save of the data. The analyzer will run the program. The status LED will blink in green while running. The fluorescent readings are displayed in real time in the form of column for each well. Wait until the analyzer stops running. Data analysis. On amplification screen. Set the method to spline. Adjust the threshold line and the cycle threshold value will be updated and displayed on the right. Tick out the delta RN box to switch to the display of normalized reporter value. Click the Analysis button to display the standard curve, and the copy numbers and CT be displayed on the right. Choose File, Export on the menu bar to export the sample setup, fluorescence, image or CT values to file records. On melting screen, click the Return button to display both the original normalized reporter fluorescence curve and the negative first derivative of normalized reporter fluorescence curve. Choose File, Export on the menu bar to export the sample setup, fluorescence, image or melting temperature values to file records. Note, after you click the Change button, save the file to another name, or the original data will be overwritten.